Who has a question for Mr. Jones?
What's it like with Coach Muschamp?
He's intense. He expects the best from you every day. Just energy. You know, if he wants you to bring your best energy, fly around. And I mean, that's what you can expect from him every day.
Did you get a taste of that in bowl practice, or was it different today?
It was different, you know, and he was actually, you know, in charge today. So he was definitely, you know, intense. Like I said, he knows what he's talking about, so he expects, you know, high expectations of us, you know. And we got to meet his expectations. You know, he's not gonna lower.
How about you, Rob?
I mean, the same. You know, they've been together for a while, so I mean, they're the same people. You know, they're on the same page, both intense, and expect a lot from them.
You kind of see yourself as the leader of the secondary now?
In a way, but I mean, you got to lead by example. So every day, you know, we all come in as a group and work. You know, challenge each other, compete with each other. So definitely, like I said, I see myself able to look over some of the younger guys, you know, from my experience and talk to them. But you know, we have a lot of older guys too, you know, who've been there. So you know, we get to compete against, you know, with each other a little bit.
What was it like getting out there and having to learn again defense and scheme wise, do some of those things?
I mean, the thing about football, you know, it's different terminology, but basically the same thing. You know, you learn, you know, the different nuances of each defense. You know, that's mostly out the field. You got to get in your playbook, you know, outside the field, and then come on the field and execute. So I mean, you know, it's different, like I said, from last year, of course. But you know, you have to get in your playbook and learn.
When did you guys get Coach Muschamp's playbook?
We started with camp. So when we started spring install, we started, you know, install.
What did you see out of Tim today, getting out there for the first time and jumping right in there?
He wants to compete. You know, I like it. You know, you tell he's been, like I said, in his playbook. He knows what he's doing. You know, for a young guy, you know, just not getting out there, he's doing pretty good.
Trey had to sit out last year after your transfer. What was it like having him back there as a safety with the first group of you guys?
He's got some experience, like you said. You know, he's played before. He was eager. You know, like I said, he had to sit out. You know, he had that eager to learn and eager to get out there. You know, with the rest of us and play defense.
Is there anything that stands out athletically about either of those two?
Like I said, Trey, he's physical. I mean, you can look at him. You know, he's physical. And like I said, Tim, for a young guy, I mean, he understands football. You know, he gets it pretty good for a young guy.
Jonathan, you gained any weight since last season?
Oh yeah, I'm about the same. You know, 185. I might get, like I said, to 190. You know, for the season.
Jonathan, is there a different feel this year? No, after the year you had personally last year, you feel more confident. You feel that you're not really probably having to worry about somebody taking your job or whatever.
I mean, you're always competing. You know, like I said, I mean, I hope, you know, everybody, you know, trying to get a starting job. So I mean, you're always competing. You never really get complacent. You know, because when you get complacent, that's when you fall back. But you definitely have a chance to look back at things I did wrong last year, and I can definitely improve on that. So I mean, that's been my focus.
Which of the boosts does it give you guys, not back obviously, having Carl back out there healthy?
Good. You know, he showed what he can do when he's healthy. You know, on the field. So when you got a guy like him rushing, you know, it helps. It helps, you know, as a secondary to know that you have a guy like him rushing.
You also don't play position. How much do you know about the buck and how Carl might fit that and do something a little different?
I don't know too much about it, but you know, I know he's athletic, and you know, it requires, you know, somebody who's really versatile, and he, like I said, he's extremely athletic.
You were one of the guys who was at Pro Day last week that took that in. You all want to be there, obviously, and you all will be, but for you, knowing that you're going to be there a year from now, what do you, I mean, it's early to start thinking like this, I suppose, but what do you want to do, what do you want to accomplish when you start thinking about that a year from now?
You know, as far as like DB drills, you want to, you know, be fluid in that. But like I said, you know, 40 time, you know, stuff like that. You want to work on that. We do that with Coach Russell. You know, we started that now, working on our 40s and stuff like that. So you definitely want to get, like I said, a heads up on it now, and then in the summer.
Jonathan, how are you guys approaching this spring, coming off this, you know, the way you ended last year, those losses? What's the mindset? What's the attitude?
Coach Miles told us to get back to the basics. So, you know, like I said, we weren't really happy with the season that we had, and we felt like we sold ourselves short. So definitely we had to get back to the basics and the little things, you know, flying around, effort, energy, everything, the little things, not just so much scheme and all that, just the little things.
He mentioned trust, building trust between players and coaches. How do you How do you interpret that? How do you take that?
Everybody being responsible. I mean, that's on and off the field. If you can't trust the guy next to you in practice, you're not going to trust him in the game. And players got to trust coaches. You know, you got to trust them that when they make the call, that we got to execute. And the coaches the same. You know, their livelihoods in our hands, and they have to be able to trust us.
When you watch Josh Holsey these last couple of years, what spot do you think he looks the best at?
I think he likes corner. You know, knowing him as a friend, I think he likes corner, and you know, he's comfortable there. That's what he came in at. Like, he's versatile, so like I said, they were able to move him, you know, as safety and play different things. But I think he likes corner.
Do you think it's for him that he would maybe be better if he was able to finally stick with one position throughout the entire season?
Definitely, you know, that would help. But I mean, the guys who can do more, you know, they're worth more. You know, anytime you know a safety goes down, you know, like he's done it before you put him there. So I mean, it kind of helps him.
How much better does he look now with another year of conditioning, you know, another winter conditioning? Does he look closer to the guy that you remember from a couple years ago?
Oh yeah, he looks good. Ready, like I said, ready to compete and get after. He looks good.
Talk about T-Rob's personality as opposed to Melvin Smith's personality.
Honestly, they're really the same. You know, they bring energy. They have high expectations. I mean, it's never gonna be a dull day. They, like I said, they have, you know, high expectations, and they're really the same, honestly. But like I said, both good guys.
Is there anything different the way the offense and defense kind of trade things off with Coach Muschamp out there, whether it's allowing the defense to focus a little bit more since everything's so new right now?
Not really. You know, we have to, like I said, work around the offense. You know, they do tempo, so that helps us. You know, we got to learn the defense, but we also got to learn at a fast pace. You know, when the offense is running plays and plays and plays, so you have to think quicker. So it really kind of helps us as a defense.